first day of school in Wilson County?
Woohoo!
That's exactly right, Joan.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Well, for parents.
Yeah.
Do you remember the
Sorry,
first day
kids.
of school when you were a kid? Like, I think all of us adults can remember that first day of school. And in my case, Riker is getting ready to, right about now, as a matter of fact, they may be actually in the car. He is on his way to first day of sixth grade in a new building and the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And there's always this excitement. And so the other day when we went to open house, man, he was running all over the place. He was really excited about the first day of school. And I said to Amy, I give that excitement about an hour. And then we'll see. Because that's how it was with me, right?
What grade is he going into?
Sixth.
Okay. Is it a new building because he's entering a different...
Yeah, it's a new... it's not a new school, but it's a new school to him.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. So everybody's all excited. He's got the bigger school. And, as we discussed briefly earlier, it also means homework is returning, all that kind of stuff too. So, it's just, it's exciting, but it's also like, oh, crap. How much homework do you have tonight? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what's so great at my house? I go to bed at like 4:30. And homework, starts at 5. I don't know. I try to, I can't. By the way, racist graffiti has now been found at Nissan Stadium.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen any pictures of the alleged noose. And now they're saying racist graffiti was found at the construction site of the new Nissan Stadium on Thursday morning. The Tennessee Builders Alliance. So apparently all of that, don't be racist stuff that they forced on all of the employees.
Yeah.
It didn't take hold.
Apparently not. I envision this as, some construction guys that are like, yeah, they want to see a noose. How about some graffiti?
That's exactly right. I think they're just trolling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Not all construction guys have a New York accent, but...
certainly not.
Definitely not down here.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I picture it. And it's funny because I've scoured several news sites. And what I'm seeing is that racist graffiti was found. And then they put the TBA, the Tennessee Builders Alliance, they put their statement in. And that's the end of it. Nobody is trying to analyze it.
Right.
Nobody's trying. By the way, there's no big fat $200,000 reward for this one.
I was going to say, what happened to the $250,000 award that they had for the person who put up the alleged noose?
Also, a bunch of people on the super text line were making note of the fact that 4 people were killed in Western Tennessee, and the reward money is $15,000. But a noose at Nissan Stadium that garnered $250,000. Yeah.
Wow. Well, the Tennessee Builders Alliance says the area is secured, and they've launched an internal investigation. So what did they do to secure the area? Like, did they stop working for a day again? No details regarding what the graffiti said or depicted were given in their statement.
Which is very weird again. It's very weird.
Yeah. What was it? I don't know. Officials say they have narrowed the time frame in which the incident occurred. They are working to identify the persons of interest. So there you go.
If somebody writes Blue Lives Matter, some will say that's racist.
Yeah, they will. Oh, we've been through all that, Joan.
So,
you're absolutely right.
The race, they can frame it as a racist remark or a race, and it's not.
Well, they won't tell us exactly what it is or, put up some sort of a photograph of it. So, I guess whatever. It seems like there's a lot of hysteria going on and they okay, can I ask this question? If you're not going to tell us what it said and you don't have any suspects, why are they making these announcements?
Yes.
Like, why do we have to know that there was racist graffiti at the football. Why is this even? Why did they have to write a press release on this?
Remember when
Stupid.
every time President Trump would say something, the media would say, President Trump said, ... without evidence.
Oh, it's almost like an ongoing joke now, Joan.
This feels like without evidence.
They're not presenting any evidence, are they?
They certainly are not.
So, and listen, I'm not saying racist graffiti is okay. What I'm saying is you're giving us these stories, but number one, you're not presenting us with any evidence. That's number one. And number two, I don't even know why this is a story.
Right.
I mean, there's racist stuff everywhere. I mean,
I've been looking for like some meat to the story all morning long so I could do it in a newscast, and there's no meat.
Yeah.
And I don't do meatless stories. Know what I'm saying?
That would make it like a vegan story.
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
Don't do vegan either.
That makes two of us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I wonder?
What's that?
Does In-N-Out do Impossible Burgers?
Oh, I hope not.
I'd be willing to bet they don't. You know what, Sam? Can you check that out? As we're all waiting for In-N-Out to open up, do they do Impossible Burgers? I don't know. It is impossible not to like an In-N-Out hamburger.
I think it's impossible that you're going to be the first one to take a bite out of a hamburger at the new In-N-Out.
I won't be. I won't be because I would have to show up like days in advance.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there's going to be people that are going to be camping out.
They do not, and their veggie burger option is a bun filled with everything but the patty.
Oh, so
You can have a salad with bread.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Listen, to each his own.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Hate coming in from 3560, Joan. Not In-N-Out talk again.
Oh, man.
No, I'm actually not talking about In-N-Out today. There's official, just so you folks know, there are official segments, and then there's just the other stuff, which is usually where we run off the rails. But no, we're not officially talking about In-N-Out. You know what we are going to talk about? Kamala Harris, because everybody else is talking about Kamala Harris. So I want to play some audio, and we did play this earlier, but a lot of people have joined the program. So this is the first TV interview since she lost to Donald Trump. Now, I'm telling you at the outset, it is clear that Kamala Harris is running for president yet again, and we'll explain that. But she talks about who leads the Democrat Party, because that's what Colbert wanted to know.
Who's leading the Democratic Party? I'm just curious.
There are a lot.
You know, she should have said George Clooney. That actually would have been funny if she had said George Clooney, because George Clooney is the one that got Joe Biden booted off of the ticket. Just ask Hunter Biden. Maybe Hunter is the new leader. So Hunter Biden is certainly the most authentic Democrat who is in. Well, he's not really part of the party, and that's probably a good thing for the Democrat Party because he would watch that thing burn.
Who's leading the Democratic Party? I'm just curious.
There are lots of leaders, and
there's generally a leader of the Democratic Party. You know, like, oh, that's the leader of the Democratic Party. Who comes to mind?
I think there are a lot of, I'm not going to go through names because then I'm going to leave somebody out and then I'm going to hear about it. But let me say this. I think it is a mistake for us who want to figure out how to get out and through this and get out of it to put it on the shoulders of any one person. It's really on all of our shoulders. It really is.
So I still believe that she can't or won't name who leads the Democrat Party because she'll be running against whoever that person is, unless it's Obama, in 2028. Because I do believe that she is still running for president. Whoever she says, you can say it's Gavin Newsom, you can say it's Cory Booker, you can say it's, I don't know, whoever else is out there. And whoever she says might be her opponent in a Democrat primary. And so if you really think about it, and we've all talked about this, there really isn't anyone leading the Democrat Party unless it is George Soros and Barack Obama. The two people, of course, that we've been talking about now for the last couple of weeks and certainly this morning and yesterday when it comes to evidence that they concocted Russiagate. But is it Chuck Schumer? No, it's not Chuck Schumer. He's an old white guy. We obviously can't have that. We talk about AOC, Cory Booker, Josh Shapiro. Not that I can tell. Pete Buttigieg is somebody that I've been mentioning because he, even though traditionally Buttigieg, he is never really discussed as a leader of the Democrat Party. In some of the polling that's been out there this week, Buttigieg actually leads in the polling. So I think part of what may ultimately happen is the Democrat Party is going to have to choose between Pete Buttigieg, a small-town mayor and failed Secretary of Transportation and a gay man, or Kamala Harris, who is a failed vice president, a failed presidential candidate, and a black woman. So we'll have to see. And the only reason I'm saying any of this is because it's the Democrats who like to play identity politics, right? I mean, I don't care about Pete Buttigieg or what he's doing. Trust me when I say I don't know and I don't care. But it's the Democrats that are always going to bring this up, which is why I bring up the fact that he is gay or that Kamala Harris is black.
Recently, I made the decision that for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I think it's broken. And I always believed that as fragile as our democracy is, our systems would be strong enough to defend our most fundamental principles. And I think right now that they're not as strong as they need to be. And I just don't want to, for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I want to travel the country. I want to listen to people. I want to talk with people. And I don't want it to be transactional where I'm asking for their vote.
So I want to make sure everybody heard that one part.
I want to travel the country. I want to listen to people. I want to talk with people.
So she is going to not run for office because she feels like the system is broken and she doesn't want to go back into the system. But
I want to travel the country. I want to listen to people. I want to talk with people.
So I'm just saying, when she says that she's going to travel the country and talk to people, but she's not running for president. Gotcha. As we talked about before in the 5 o'clock hour. Really? So what you're saying is you are going to go to Des Moines, Iowa, and just talk to people, but you're not running for president. Got it. Anybody else almost insulted by the assertion that she says, oh, I'm not going to run for president. I'm just going to, wait, what was it?
I want to travel the country.
You can travel the country. You're going to travel the country and you want to what?
Listen to people. I want to talk with people.
You want to listen to people and talk to people. Why? If you're not running for office, who gives two rips about you or having a conversation with you if you're not running for office? Colbert commented, this was on Stephen Colbert's show, and he commented on the system being broken. I'll play that for you coming up. Super text line is open, 615-737-9986. By the way, watch us on YouTube if you would. We are on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, 997WTN.com, and I'm sure that I missed one if I said Facebook, whatever. So we're all over the place, and we do the Daily Dan poll every day. And today's poll, Sam, this is your big moment. How did we frame today's poll, and what are the results thus far?
So because we have a character limit on YouTube, who should the Dems nominate for president in 2028? Parentheses, who'd be easiest to beat?
Yes.
Overwhelmingly, people want Kamala to run again at 60%.
60%. So we had Kamala Harris, we had Pete Buttigieg, we had Josh Shapiro, and who else did we have?
Newsom.
Okay, so Kamala got 60%.
Then Mayor Pete there's at 18, Josh Shapiro at 11, and Newsom at 10.
Okay, there you go. See, do you know who I fear in all that? Joan, do you have an opinion? Who do you fear of those four?
I think Josh Shapiro.
You fear Josh. See, I don't, because he's a Jew. He's Jewish. And there's a reason why Kamala Harris chose Tim Walz to be her running mate. It is because I believe a couple of things. Number one, Josh Shapiro is Jewish, and possibly, number two, as I said at the time, he may have said, I want nothing to do with this crap show. I've got my own political aspirations. I want nothing to do with the crap show of Kamala Harris basically being installed as the party politically assassinated Joe Biden. I believe that one of those two things happened. Donald Trump posting on True Social.
Yeah, I was watching his Truth Social this morning.
Jerome, have you reported this? Jerome Too Late Powell, a stubborn moron, must substantially lower interest rates now, he goes into capital letters. If he continues to refuse, the board should assume control and do what everyone knows has to be done. Isn't it interesting with Donald Trump, where he was just with Too Late Powell a few days ago as they were touring that construction site, and the president was, very nice, kind of chided, prodded him a little bit. But, I mean, he starts thumbing away or whatever it is on True Social, calling him a moron and basically saying that the board should assume control. Remember, we talking about lowering interest rates. We did speak to E.J. Antoni yesterday, and you've seen him on Fox News and CNBC and some other places. And he said the only reason that Jerome Powell is not lowering those interest rates so that it'll help the American people is because of politics, and that it would help Donald Trump because we would have more money in our pockets. Now, there's probably a lot here that, and I don't want to get into all of the, nitty-gritty details, but it does seem like Powell should be at this point lowering those interest rates. But, the president's saying, what, the board should assume control. He's basically saying that it should be a coup and they should take Jerome Powell out of office.
Well, there are 6 governors that are sitting on this board, and whether or not it lower interest rates depends on how those 6 governors vote. Now, there was one governor that they were expecting that would side with President Trump and say, yeah, it's time. But it was actually 2 governors that voted in favor of lowering interest rates this time.
And isn't that like one of the first times that's happened in a long time?
Yes. So there's tons of pressure, and Powell's just not giving in. Maybe it was that big pat on the back that President Trump gave him when they were at the construction site.
I don't know.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't. What happened?
You didn't?
No.
At the end, as they're walking away, President Trump reached over and just, it should have just been a pat on the back, but he hit him hard, and Jerome Powell kind of stumbled forward.
Are you
because
serious?
of it. Oh, yeah, you got to look that up.
How did I not see this?
I don't know. It's pretty funny. Did you see it, Sam?
I saw it, and it reminded me of the time he touched the Saudi prince that no one's supposed to touch.
Right.
It's a power move. It's I'm in control, buddy.
Yes.
Well, I mean, honestly, Trump should have he patted hm on the back hard.
Yes.
He should have hit him in the head to knock some sense into him.
Yeah.
Jerome Powell there. So I don't know. I don't know if the board has the authority to knock Jerome Powell out of his position. I don't know how all of that works with the Fed, but that's going to be interesting. So we'll see if he does at some point. By the way, have those job numbers come out yet? I see CNN hasn't even gone down that road
they haven't?
yet.
So,
no.
the jobs report was a little on the weak side. The U.S. added 73,000 jobs in July.
Okay.
That was less than expected. Hiring slowed down in part because there are fewer federal jobs available. And that is a good thing.
That is a good thing.
So, there's
no more bureaucrats.
Right. A lot's going to be made of this.
Well, yeah, because the top line is hiring is slowing down. Oh, yeah, but it's the bureaucrats in Washington, D.C.
So the month before, the U.S. added 147,000 jobs. We added 73,000 in July. So that is a big difference.
Yeah.
The expectation was 130,000. So it was far less than expected. And the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.2%.
Okay.
But still at historic lows.
Is that a net gain considering the people that have been laid off from their federal positions?
Good question.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. By the way, Sam is trying to cull through some audio because I know, stop me when you've heard this before, Justin Jones has said something asinine. So we'll do that here in a little bit. And, let's play what stupid thing has Justin Jones said again? You could have 3 or 4 different, stupid Justin Jones comments and have people pick which one is real and which one is fake. They'd all be real. because he says the most asinine things. So we've got yet another asinine moment with Justin Jones. You know, it's like we've got our own version of, I don't know what you would call it, but you've got Justin Jones, you've got Afton Bain, you've got Heidi Campbell, and they just say the most gosh-awful things. Justin Pearson is another one. So, yeah, we've got that audio
The Tennessee
coming up.
Squad.
The Tennessee, yeah, that's it. We've got our own version of the Tennessee Squad. So we've got that coming up. I do want to finish this conversation on Kamala Harris. This is big news today, where she says that she is taking a step back. She's not going to run for the governorship of California. And she basically says that she wants to travel the country talking to people. And need some audio if I could. Kamala Harris, she wants to say she wants to travel the country talking to people.
I want to travel the country. I want to listen to people. I want to talk with people.
And so my point is you don't travel the country without running for president. I mean, obviously. But one of the things that Colbert said was that he was shocked to hear that Kamala Harris said that the system is broken.
To hear you say that it's broken, to hear you say that our systems aren't strong enough is harrowing.
Do you think, friends, do you think that our system is actually broken right now? I mean, hit me up on the super text line, because clearly our system is not broken. She actually never says what the system is, by the way. And so that kind of left me wondering, okay, what system is broken? Is it the system where we, choose a president of the United States? Is it the system that threw Joe Biden right under the bus and put you as the candidate for the Democrats without even so much as a primary or debate or a question? I mean, what system are you talking about?
Well, but it's also evident, isn't it?
No, it is.
And it is.
It is harrowing. I mean,
and it is.
I mean, there's almost no
but it
curse
doesn't
word
mean we
bad
give
enough.
up. But it doesn't mean we give up. That's not my point.
Okay, because that's what I'm hearing. Like you don't want to be part of the fight anymore.
No, oh, absolutely not. I am always going to be part of the fight.
Okay,
that is not going to change.
Oh, yippee! Kamala Harris is always going to be part of the fight. So I want to make sure we're all clear, though. So Kamala Harris loses an election, and the system is broken. And she does sound a little defeated, maybe a lot defeated, but she does sound, at least to me, like she's giving up, but I don't believe that she is, because she's going to be traveling the country, listening and talking to people. Got it. By the way, she talks about, again, the system being broken. She never really defines what that is, but if she's talking about Donald Trump, things are going well. You got the financial successes, you've got the tariffs, you've got the markets that have been up, although they're down today. But we have all of this money coming in from tariffs. We've got deals that have been set now with Japan, the EU, South Korea, China coming soon. Inflation is low. Military recruitment is high. Trump is ending wars. He's working on ending the wars. NATO is stronger than ever. Illegal immigration is at a record low. All of these things still remain part of the Trump administration. So I don't really understand what exactly it is when she says that the system is broken. It seems like she is the one that is broken. And by the way, under she and Joe Biden, it was exactly the opposite of everything that is happening now. Now, the polling, and we talked about this earlier too, the polling, yesterday we shared this with you, that when they started talking about who the Democrats wanted to run as president of the United States for their ticket, Pete Buttigieg was at 16%. She was at 13%, and there were others behind her as well. But I want you to think about this, because you had Kamala Harris as vice president. She was a senator, high-profile attorney general, and she was on the road and on stage for 107 days running as the presidential candidate for the Democrats. And she comes in at 13%, 3 points behind a small-town mayor, Pete Buttigieg, who came in again at 16%. And so one of the things that Juan Williams said is that what Kamala Harris is doing right now is she's reading the internal polling.
I think that might be where we're going here. I think, though, she got a little bit of a shock when she looked at some of those internal polling numbers and saw that, despite having run for president, there was no overwhelming support for her in running for the governor's office in California. And going forward, I must say, you don't hear a lot of people on the ground saying, oh, yeah, we want her to come right back.
And I think also, and I've mentioned all of this earlier in the 5 o'clock hour, audience is turned over, though. But one of the things that she's going to have to contend with is that Joe Biden's cognitive decline and that big cover-up and the auto pen cover-up continues. So she was, of course, in the blast zone where she was supposedly having lunch with Biden, every week. And so the question is going to be asked, were you lying when you said that Joe Biden was sharp as a tack, or were you just clueless? And which one is worse? And I don't know which one is worse, but one of those does apply to Kamala Harris. Meantime, Pete Buttigieg, he is out there. He is, frankly, on the unofficial campaign trail.
So Trump says we're going to release the files, we're going to release the files, we're going to release the files. And he says we're not going to release the files. And people are mad, including MAGA, saying, wait a minute, you said you were going to release this information and you're not. And what does he do? He's like, we're going to arrest Obama. What? That has nothing to do with anything, but it's the distraction machine.
I love how they're laughing. I wonder how much they're going to be laughing once this Russiagate stuff, if it ultimately ends up blowing up. I've been talking about how, the walls are closing in on Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Clapper, Comey, all the players. I covered that extensively earlier in the broadcast. It is very big news that we did get yesterday. So we'll no doubt be continuing to cover this throughout the day here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. All right, coming up, what did Justin Jones say that was rather idiotic? Sam, give me a one-word descriptor, because Sam has heard it, I have not. Give me a one-word descriptor as to what Justin Jones has said on this podcast.
Uneducated.
Okay, very good. I don't have time, Joan, to play the entire absurdity of the Justin Jones clip.
Oh.
So we're going to play a teaser cut. We're going to be like a real radio show, and we're going to play a teaser cut. So, Sam, go ahead and play the one little 20-second soundbite of Justin Jones, which, by the way, I have invited him on my show, and he just won't come on, but it's not shocking. The reason why Justin Jones won't come on my show or Matt's show or anybody's show here at WTN is because he would not be allowed to make absurd statements like this.
Yeah, I mean, what we're witnessing in my state is terror. Just like Tennessee is the birthplace of the KKK, where masked men used to come in the dark of night and kidnap our people. And we're seeing masked men in plainclothes with baseball caps going out at night, snatching people out of their vehicles, snatching them off the street, not providing any badge or identification. This is not policing. This is terror.
So that is Justin Jones. And number one is he's not being truthful in all of that. And he's basically saying that ICE is like, stop me when you've heard this before. He's talking about how ICE is the KKK and all of that absolute BS. And so we'll continue to, we'll play maybe a little bit more of that audio coming up, because I'm listening to that and it's like, dude is like a one-trick pony. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he has nothing really. And can I also say, Justin Jones, if you hate it so much in Tennessee, because you always hear him talk about how Tennessee is the birthplace of the KKK, right? And he always talks about the racists in the state legislature. I mean, honest to goodness, I'll say this. When I lived in California and I hated California, I had the balls to leave. Why doesn't Justin Jones have the guts to leave Tennessee? If you hate it so much, why don't you find the testicular fortitude to get the hell out?
Man.
Right?
No,
Well,
you're right.
You know what the answer to that is.
Yeah.
I had to stay and fight.
Yeah, he's got to stay and fight.
Just to his point about the KKK, Nathan Bedford Forrest may have founded it, but he also was the first apologist to come forward and apologize.
Oh, we have, trust me when I say, Sam, we have gone over that 1,000 times, and it is a great point. It is. Remember that neither one of you were here at WTN when that whole Nathan Bedford Forrest take his bust out of the Capitol. That whole thing.
And that his speech was
goodness.
what Martin Luther King built his speech on for I Have a Dream.
You know, it is interesting because, and we don't have the time to get into all this now, but the thing about going back to Justin Jones is he has really nothing to say and nothing to offer except for race baiting. That's what it is. By the way, it is also the first day of school in Hickman County.
Oh, Hickman, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
people in Hickman County are getting mad at me because I'm talking about Wilson County.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, we're out in Hickman County, and it's our first day of school, too.
I don't have that anywhere, so
Dumbheads.
Smith County was chiming in, too.
Smith County chiming in, too. Official apologies to Hickman County and Smith County as well. First day of school. And they just kind of roll in. So,
yeah.
Anyway, but we do appreciate all of you listening.